G'day, it's J Thomas 1310. Thanks for joining me. I am kind of touching a little bit further on my earlier motovlogs about how tensions in the world are progressing and what may be leading towards. As I've mentioned in other videos also, I cannot mention certain words that determine what a global amount of countries that may happen to engage in conflict. Apparently YouTube does not like that word, and it's not an advertiser friendly word, so you can obviously gather what it is, and then it would probably follow by the number 3, as we've already had 2 of these. But tensions across the world right now are progressing phenomenally. I do follow a fair bit of different aspects of how the world progresses, through the economy, and also just seeing what diplomatic relationships are like, who's been talking to who, following stocks, seeing what everyone's doing, and there's been trends that have been noticed in the past, when countries about to go and look at invading or any defense spending is usually an indication of preparing for something. So the same trends sort of happen, and key contenders amongst it all as well, such as Halliburton, all start happen to be getting the contracts and tenders to be able to actually go and do pipelines and whatnot in other countries. So, it was one that was seen before Afghanistan. There was Halliburton was preparing to put down pipelines, and then within a matter of days they had their contractors over there once boots were on the ground, and starting to get the construction going. And it was happening long before actually anything happened in Syria with US intervention. And it was I noticed Halliburton had got tenders for Qatar gas, so it was part of getting their pipeline across, because all it is about the pipeline for the gas. That's Russia wants theirs, and doing the trade deals with China for it to go across, and the US wants theirs, which is why the opposing sides are as they are, essentially. So it's because it's going to be a huge commodity once it all happens. So whoever after destabilizing the poor buggers, of course, and they start to bring some democracy to them, they can start making a shitload of money. So basically that's what the issues are. But recent tensions, North Korea, there's I spoke about it in the other one, with what risk there is to Australia because we had been threatened, and then now with the several missile tests that have occurred, it's been quite crazy. And the one that just flew over Japan, and then the US also shooting down the other one as well, showing their power. As I said, they it's like the school bully, just sitting there poking a kid constantly in the shoulder, just waiting for him to snap, hit them, and then they have the excuse to hit back and say it was in self-defense. So there's probably potential risk to the world as well if not intervening, but it has been pushed to the point where it's made it worse than it has to be. It could have probably been prevented quite significantly, but it is a big thing that we all must face now. And then Russia's evacuating around their border there, which is also a good thing. It could also mean as an indication of something happening imminently. Probably by the time I get this video out and released, that things would have changed by then, or have occurred, or may have defused. I'm not sure, but it's going to have another good aspect in it as well, because when it's a provocation being all there and having your forces all lined up around the border. Of course you're going to get defensive and be concerned about what they're doing there, so it's a show, flex of muscle at the same time. But other things I watch also, besides looking for trending stock market increases, decreases and whatnot, to see what the world's doing. You can see it across different countries, so they're all obviously usually speak with each other, and I can't give you a lift, love. But there just seems to be something that's, leading up to a major event. There was recent times, Al Gore, some interviews, he's all interviews climate change and whatnot. He kind of slipped something about an earth-changing event that would occur in September. So it's it's kind of happening. I've been watching weather for a fair bit, seeing these strange anomalies appearing on radars, and they've all been lifting up towards US, up from side of Brazil, and then following that, Brazil's oceans receded. There's Cyclone Harvey in Texas, and there was also just recently from this video now, that at the time of recording, France's ocean has receded too. So they're trying to say it's because of hurricanes and drawing out. It's usually not the case, but then all of a sudden we get hit with a huge hurricane like this. It's just these strange anomalies that have been coming down from south at the Antarctic and then going up. When I was following it looked like there was going to be a huge cold snap that was going to hit Australia, and then we kind of got it not long before, and almost not long after seeing that. Look where you're going, bud, dickhead. So it's kind of all been happening. So I'm sort of expecting to hear sometime soon that maybe in Europe it's going to cop a major storm too, because it's the same sort of pattern that's happening, but just on the other corner of the south of the planet and going up. So it may cause another storm much the same as Harvey, and it seems to be directing it up into the continent. So it's quite interesting, and there is that HAARP. The US has been involved in weather manipulation for war ever since Vietnam. It's charting aluminium and then putting electrical charge in the ionosphere to actually trigger it, and they could actually reckon they could make storms appear out of it. So Liam monsoons, just to deteriorate the enemy's morale. So it's quite interesting, but something's definitely starting to happen, and then you're overdue for a financial crash, and it usually happens in fall in the US. So that's now. So stay tuned for the next few weeks. But I don't know, it's a very strange thing. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, and I've been sent a few messages and questioned a fair bit. I don't want to go too off topic. It's heavily involved in my own personal life, and then motovlogging was sort of escape from it, because it can get quite depressing when you really get into all that stuff. So I try to avoid it, but we'll see what happens. Leave some comments, shoot some messages, let me know, and stay safe out there, guys. If anything does happen. So guys, if you ride, stay safe and be sure to keep the rubber side down.